Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie, and welcome to Sandals Royal Bahamian. I just finished up 6 nights in this little slice of paradise. Thank you so much to Sandals Resorts for inviting me. I can't wait to share my resort tour with you. I'm going to include some tips and tricks for making the most at this beautiful resort, including the private island, the restaurant reviews, and a couple of room categories that I can't wait for you to see. So let's get started. Upon arrival in Nassau, Bahamas, you'll head to the Sandals check-in desk and then board your transfer. It's about 15 minutes from the Nassau airport, and this is Sandals Royal Bahamian. You can see the two piers, one heading to a chapel, another heading to a restaurant, the East Bay building on the left and the West Bay building on the right, with pools with swim-up bars next to each building. Upon arrival, you'll be greeted with a cool towel and taken to your check-in area. Just next to the entrance is a small resort shop, so you can pick up anything you missed and also some souvenirs. Heading inside to the left is where you'll go if you are in one of the luxury rooms. This is where you'll complete your check-in. Otherwise, if you're in a concierge or butler category, the team is going to take you over to the right to be able to complete your check-in in the butler or concierge lounge. I highly recommend downloading the app prior to arrival, linking your reservations, and completing all of the check-in information. This made check-in go so smoothly for me. I didn't have to fill out any information. Everything was all set to go as soon as I got there. Heading into the concierge lounge, this is open 24 hours a day. The concierges aren't there the whole time though, but they are there from pretty early in the morning to late in the evening. Anyone can hang out in this general area. We're going to go back to the right into the actual concierge lounge, and that's the area that's just going to be for those guests who booked a Club Sandals or a Butler Elite category room. Here's the desks where the concierges sit. They can help you with things like dinner reservations if you have any questions about your booking. They also have snacks if you want a specialty coffee or to come in. The peanut brittle in here is delightful, so definitely check it out if you have booked a club or butler room. Heading back into the main lounge, we're going to take a right into the Balmoral Club. So this is known as the piano bar, and you're going to see why here in a minute. There's a piano. In the late afternoons, there was a gentleman playing more classical piano pre-dinner tunes, but then in the evenings around 10 p.m., it turns into a sing-along piano bar, which is so much fun. You can sit around this huge bar and enjoy all the different cocktails. The espresso martini here was my favorite out of all the ones I tried at the resort. Just a nice place to hang out. The bathrooms are down the stairs on either side of this arched doorway, and through here you're going to find the billiard room. I love the decoration in here with all the greens and the pinks. I just think it has such a unique vibe and would be so cute for pictures. They also have two chess sets if you wanted to play chess. The billiards are first come, first serve. Everybody was really cool about sharing. The air conditioning isn't the strongest in here, but with the fan, it was pretty good. Heading out to the pool area, we are in the East Bay building right now. So you saw from the drone footage, that was the building on the left. So we are all the way to the left as you're facing the resort from the beach. So this is that first pool. This is known as the quiet pool. They don't really play any games or have any big events over here. This is one of the included restaurants, Kanoo. So this was open with a buffet breakfast and an a la carte lunch. Now, the Italian and the Caribbean restaurant, so this is Kanoo, the Caribbean restaurant, they both have a buffet breakfast. They have the same items on the breakfast. So I'm going to show you it at the Italian restaurant over by West Bay. So don't worry, you'll get to see the buffet breakfast. Walking along the side of the Canoe restaurant, we'll find the beautiful flower phone booth you may have seen in some of the social media about this resort. Heading to the right, we're going to head to the section called Island Village. And this is where the private suites are located. We're going to see a one-bedroom walkout Butler Villa suite with private pool. These are the suites you want to get if you value privacy over a view. So coming in, we had the king size bed. You have your mini bar with the hard alcohol, beer, wine, sodas. This is with club and butler level. You get the hard alcohol. In the luxury rooms, you would just have the beer, wine, sodas. You have a great little area if you wanted to have your included room service breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Decent bathroom with the big shower that's been redone. But the reason people book this suite is your own private backyard. So heading out here, you can tell by these walls, nobody is looking at you. You have a private pool with the chaise loungers and umbrellas. You have a small couch with a little table. Think about evening cocktails. And then if you need something a little warmer, you have the private bathtub. Now, in this area also has a pool that's open to everybody. If you wanted to get more sun or wanted a little bit bigger pool, this would be a great place to come and hang out. Nobody was ever there during our stay, and you don't have to be staying in the island village to go back there. So if you want something truly quiet. Now, if we go left at where we entered the island village, we're going to find the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, and the shuffleball court. All of this is included. They have clinics throughout the day. Here's the tennis courts. You can take group or private lessons. The rackets and balls are always available, so you can just grab one and go. The courts are also lit, so if you're worried about that warm summer days, don't. You can play on any of the 4 pickleball courts in the evening. I love booking pickleball groups, so email Angie at tripswithangie.com and I can get you all set up at Sandals or Beaches Resorts for your own private pickleball tournament. I'd love to book your next vacation to Sandals or Beaches. Heading out to the main pool area, this terrace also had some of the nighttime activities. And then this is another look at that quiet pool with its own swim up bar. And then just behind the swim up bar, there's this like really cool little water area if you just wanted to chill. This is also where the Red Lane Spa is located. It has all your typical services, pedicures, manicures, massages. I had a massage here. It was phenomenal. Shout out to Pauline. Up above the quiet pool, we're going to find the Calico Cafe that has a terrific hamburger and French fries. I also really like their chicken sandwich. I got it without the bread because I thought it tasted better without the bread. You can also get fish. I had a terrific grouper entree. This is a nice outdoor place to grab lunch. It's open from about 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Heading around the corner, we're going to find the area where there's a lot of events that take place, especially in the evening. It is sand here, so it's kind of a feet in the sand experience. And they had an incredible Junkaroo band come through, and it was so much fun. Just next to that, you're going to find the food trucks. These are open. This food truck is open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Grab and go, conch everything. So if you want conch fritters, conch tacos, conch ceviche, this is a great place to go. The pink truck is open from 6:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. This is your coffee shops. This is where you're going to come and grab coffees in the morning. It also has ice cream, crepes made to order, and all different kinds of pastries and cookies throughout the day. Next to Coconut Grove is a bar. This is a great place to hang out in the evenings because you can start to see the sunset. And then notice these tables and chairs with umbrellas. So this is where you would come and eat when you got your food from the food trucks. Behind the food trucks, you're going to find a building with a lot of the restaurants. Out on the plaza in front of it is where vendors set up. So they had different handicrafts, jewelry. You can just shop right here from the resort. But Just Shop House is the steakhouse. It does require reservations. You can make one pre-arrival reservation via the app, so keep an eye out for that about 2 weeks before. I loved this bar. This was where we would come every evening. Elise was an incredible bartender. Great spot to hang out. The menu has a lot of steak and seafood, but we actually thought the lamb chops was one of the best things on the menu. Over at the French La Plume, this is open for a la carte breakfast. I absolutely love the lobster, spinach, and feta omelet. I made that up myself, and it was a great combo. I think this was one of the prettiest restaurants I've ever seen, and then it has a la carte dinner. Outside, you have number of different couches. Again, a great place to hang out in the evening when it's a little bit cooler. We went in August, so it was very hot. We were always looking for cool places to hang out. Outside this patio is right outside the Queen's House, aka the pub. Now, if you were here a long time ago, this used to be called Cricketer's Pub, but now it has been rethemed and renamed. There's a room just behind this where they had karaoke in the evenings. They also played sporting events on the television. If you like Asian food, that you're going to want to head here. Soy is the sushi bar. This is first come, first serve, and it was phenomenal. We came here a couple times for first dinner, especially once when we had a 9 p.m. dinner reservation. It was great. We loved all of it. If they can't seat you, they will give you a pager and you can just kind of hang out, go grab a cocktail, and then come back. Kimonos is the teppanyaki. This does require a reservation, and it's your typical cook in front of you dinner show situation. Heading over to the Italian restaurant, as I promised, this has a buffet breakfast. So let's take a look. So tons of the baked goods at this resort were phenomenal. I was so impressed. They also have all different types of toasts, toppings. You have your fresh fruit. The pineapple was excellent during our stay. You have different yogurts, cereals, all of the charcuteries, eggs, chicken, savory items, waffles, pancakes. You can have a made to order omelet. It has all of the basics you would need. They had French toast. They also had scrambled eggs. And then, of course, your bacon and your sausage. The restaurant also serves lunch and dinner. For lunch, you can choose from a menu of salads and pizzas. These are available for carryout. I really like the chicken pesto pizza. For dinner, it's first come, first serve. They have an appetizer buffet. And then for the a la carte dinner, I really like the gnocchi with a strong ragu sauce. I also like the chicken parmesan with spaghetti. And don't miss the tiramisu. It was one of the best desserts at the resort. Heading out of the restaurant towards the West Bay building, we are going to find the party pool. You can also swim laps here. We found that a couple mornings, people swimming laps. The towels and coolers you'll see around are for Butler guests. So their butlers will come down and set up their chairs for them in the morning. There's the swim up pool. So this pool has all the activities, the trivias, the bingo, the music, the dance lessons, the water volleyball. All of that's going to take place here. It can be a little loud at times. Let's hop into the recently redecorated elevators to check out the West Bay Honeymoon Club level oversized junior suite. So you have your closet right next to the bathroom. So inside you'll find an ironing board, an iron, a safe. Now, if you had a lot of long dresses, this would not be a big enough closet. Inside, it's a bathroom shower combo. They did take the tubs out and put in oversized showers. It was a very nice shower. I have no complaints. The water pressure could have been a little bit more, but I really liked all the glass shelves in order to store stuff. Here's your mini bar. And to give you a closer look, because this is club level, you're going to get a bottle of red wine, a bottle of vodka, a bottle of gin, a bottle of Jamaica Gold rum, and then a bottle of whiskey. That is all included in your mini bar. And then down in the mini fridge, you're going to find your mixers. So your juices and your sodas. They do have Coke products here. So you see Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, a bottle of white wine, juices, waters, a bottle of sparkling wine, and then Sans beers, both light and regular. Inside the room, you have the 4-post king size bed. I loved the layout of this room with the oversized television facing the bed. You also have the table and chairs, which is perfect for working or for your included room service. You also have the couch, and then heading out onto the balcony. This is a tropical view. So you have another table and chairs. They do have 2 hooks for wet items, looking down over the swim ups and out through the foliage to the empty lot next door. If you want an ocean view, let's check out the West Bay Ocean View 1-bedroom Butler suite. It's just 1 floor up in room number 1305. So with the Butler Elite, you get that specially trained butler. This is really unique to Sandals. Heading inside, this is a true 1-bedroom where you have a big living room, a table and chairs for your butler bringing all your great snacks. You have the included hard liquor. You notice these were imported brands. You saw Tanqueray, Absolute, just a level up of imported liquor. And then you have, again, the same beers. You have the wine, white wine, sparkling wine, and your sodas. You also have a coffee maker, but I liked getting my coffee from the pink food truck in the morning. And then you have a great sized living room. So this is perfect if you were traveling in a group. People could gather here. Your butler could put together a little happy hour for you for 4 or 6 people just to be able to gather together. Heading out onto the large balcony, we're going to see that ocean view. Now, no, this is not ocean front. This is ocean view. So you have a great couch. You're going to look over parts of the resort out to the ocean. So you do have to turn your head to be able to see the ocean, but you have a great view of the party pool, perfect for people watching. And then that's the building where the Italian restaurant was that we saw before. And then you have another set of table and chairs if you wanted to take your morning coffee or your morning breakfast out here. Another set of doors into the main bedroom, another couch in here. You also have your king size bed, great decorations. I love how this has been redesigned. Some of the rooms do have hard floors instead of carpeting. If you have allergies, I can work with you to find the room category that's going to have regular flooring instead of carpeting. That's a benefit of using a travel agent, particularly at Sandals Resorts. You have a larger bathroom with the 2 sinks. You have 2 closets, one on each side, and then a large walk-in shower. Heading back down the elevator, we're going to check out the beach and the private island. The Aqua Center is the included water sports. Sandals includes snorkeling and scuba when they take you out on a boat, which is awesome. They also have kayaks and sailboats. A staff member will take you out on a sailboat. You don't have to learn to sail by yourself. Here's a view of one of the beaches. The sand here is so soft and the water is absolutely clear, incredible, that turquoise blue that you dream about, that everyone wants to go to when they talk about the Bahamas. Here's the pier that heads out to the restaurant, and then there's another beach on the other side. How gorgeous is this absolutely incredible overwater chapel? Sandals specializes in weddings. This would be a great option. You have that overwater vibe. Those clamshells are walk down the aisle over and there's the ocean. The chapel. Back to the main pier. We're going to head down here. This is where you're going to pick up your scuba and snorkeling boats, as well as watch the sunset and get the boat to the private island. But first, we're going to take a look at Gordon's on the Water. This is another of the specialty dining restaurants. It's a seafood restaurant and it's open in the evenings. This is first come, first serve, and it has a great view of sunset. Sunset was about 7:45 when I was there. Here's the boat that will take you over to the private island. It holds 40 people and they only take 40 people. If they can't fit you, you have to wait till the next time. There's a sign at the end of the dock posted to let you know when the pickups will be. I recommend lining up about 20 minutes early just to make sure you get on the shuttle that you want. If you don't care, you can just come, and then if you don't make it, you could head back to the resort or head back onto the island and just wait for the next one. It's about a 5 to 7 minute ferry ride over, and you can see the beach area as you start to pull up. The palapas there, notice how far apart they are. I love the vibe on this island. It feels like you could find your own remote area to be. Now, obviously, don't pick the beach right next to where the boat pulls up if you want something that feels more remote. We took the 10:15 shuttle, so we were greeted with a cocktail upon arrival since the bars don't open till 11:30. There are 2 bars on the island. This is the first one. This is the outside bar right by the dock. They have all types of great cocktail. The sweet tea lemonade with vodka is absolutely delicious, and you can only get it there. Here's the small swim-up pool on the island. It does get very full when there's about 15 people in it. And then this is the beautiful beach club where you can have a la carte lunch. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then heading down to the other side, there's beaches on both sides of the island. We actually really like this covered couch. There's snorkeling there to the left. You can get snorkel gear. You can head even further to the left, and rumor is there are some hammocks. There are also some open air spa cabanas on the island, a swing. So definitely explore. You're going to find some really great hidden areas. Here's that swing I was talking about. Now we're back on the dock side. I just wanted to show you kind of how far it goes. So you can really see that you can carve out your own private space here. There's umbrellas throughout if you need that sun protection, and they have chairs around. They also have those little yellow circles in the water. They don't have nets anymore, so it's not quite as fun as laying out on top of it, but the water is just gorgeous and clear. For lunch, we had the conch ceviche. I actually like the one at the food truck better. Shh, don't tell them. The jerk chicken salad was absolutely delicious. I loved all the vegetables in it and the cabbage. The mahi-mahi could have been hotter. That was our issue with the hot food. It wasn't super hot. We got the whole fried fish. There was an issue getting it to our table, so it wasn't super hot. And then pro tip, make sure you find where the water cooler and the beer coolers are located. So that is Sandals Royal Bahamian. What did you think? Let me know in the comments.